Conta isso.
So had to wake myself up from that one. So let's see. Someone said that Man of Tomorrow left a comment under my video that I left. Like I forgot I made a video, and I think soon as I said I said something, I criticized I criticized them. It was all hell. So somebody said he made a video about me and put my name on it in the title, then changed the title, and we all gonna listen to the video of what he said about me, and we're gonna see clarification about what he said, right? Because I try to listen to it. So let me give you a clear of what I've been going through for the past week, right? I think I had the flu. Monday, I got the chills, the whatever. And then the second day, I can barely stay up. I went to sleep multiple times, woke up, can barely hear, and I was pretty much weak. Third day, yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember the third day. And the fourth day, I can barely stand. So, that was on Thanksgiving. By Wednesday, I was coughing up mucus or whatever. And other than that, so you hear the cough. So you might be hearing me cough a lot. So, I didn't listen to anything going on. I pretty much did my whole break. I have month-long breaks now from making videos. So, I don't know what Man of Tomorrow is gonna say. From the gist of what people told me, he said that I need to get myself together to be political, but I'm gonna listen to it myself. So we're gonna listen to it.
Yeah. I'm setting this up. Yeah, I can't deal with Chrome, man. It's every time I look around, there's a problem with Chrome, and I'm sick of Google Chrome. Sick of it. I'm not doing all this kind of stuff, and trying to. Hey, man, if I just want to play a YouTube video and it keeps freezing, and I'm not going through that.
So I don't know what happened. So if he wanted to play my video, I pretty much said in my video, because I'm getting a clarification out of this, like somebody sent me this stuff and they broke it into pieces, and I'm like, why the hell he made a video about me? I just criticized them one time out of this long time. Now, mind you, let's do a history lesson. I seen Man of Tomorrow in this space back in 2017, right? 2017. That's when I start listening to 2017, 2018. I forget. Me and Man of Tomorrow, I think, we was in different groups. He was in Black Men Brew to the Islands, and I was in Relationship Talk 2.0. And that Relationship Talk 2.0 was ran by Will Hunter. And basically both of those groups went down because of pretty much the same way. Letting people run it. Letting the people run it. Letting the inmates run the asylum, and then those groups just imploded, right? I was impressed with Man of Tomorrow because he said that, you know, he was a successful black guy who didn't need N-words, and he was aggressive, and he was this and this. He was going after the, you know, the dating coaches and the players and all this other stuff, right? But also he had gems about, you know, in the career field. I listened to most of his live streams. But like I said, recently it wasn't that bad. Now, where he would let his political side get away with certain things. Like right now, Biden has pardoned his son, and I viewed that. I seen a whole bunch of stuff that happened from the 2020 looting and rioting. He didn't say anything about that. But he kept saying about things about what Trump did, or the 26th election. I mean the 26 whatever that shit called, the insurgent. But nothing about the 2020 stuff. Even though I have pictures, and I pretty much have all the pictures, and even at the time, I think my videos are still up from 2020. Of me walking outside seeing the devastation these motherfuckers was doing. They just went to the White House, the Capitol, and did what they did. They stay up there. The white people did it different than the black people. So that was a Funter thing, right? So somebody said that he said that I have to get my shit together, and then that's when I have to pick a side. 2015, 2016, when I went to trade school, they didn't ask me about my political affiliations. They didn't ask me that at all. We won't have you in the school unless you vote Democrat or Republican or which one. They never said that, and that kind of exposed his side, where if somebody vote a certain way, you're not gonna hire them or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna listen. We listening to it myself right now. So let's go.
Just come over with a better product. I just downloaded another browser, and that's just the end of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to okay. I'm setting this up.
And mind you, this is one of the reasons why I don't do live streams, because you gotta prepare on hand. And I do my pre-recorded screens on the phone because the interface is a lot faster. I don't have to do anything by online except the digital online. The phone has a lot of better speed capabilities and everything else, and faster, right? Just the memory is just fucked up on the phone. Well, depending on which memory you want there, but the memory sometimes mess up. Sometimes the recording thing, right? They're easy recordings on the phone. So, let's see.
Because most of these people here also live in Democratic areas. They really do. The things that they want more from the government is more liberal shit, not conservative.
I'm not a conservative or any of that. It was all of this was over the fact that I said that his channel became a political thing, and pretty much it became saturated of just saying that these guys are losers and they don't know what they're talking about and stuff, and how Zero does a better job at talking about politics than Man of Tomorrow, because Man of Tomorrow all he does is scream and talk down to you, and Zero really just kind of, packaged it better. In real life, this doesn't go down. When people teaching somebody how things work, they don't tell you to just go and do it on your own, because then at the same time, the people who have to do it on their own, they're not going to come to you after the fact. And he said it himself that, you know, he said it himself that he's not going to hire certain people and not do this and not do that. But I'm like, okay, that's fine and everything, right? He's not the main guy in the world. He might have connections, but he can't stop everybody from succeeding. That's the reason why you got so many people on here right now. You got OnlyFans models and people out here making millions and millions of dollars that they're not even out there. They're not even in their 30s and they're making more money than him, and sure, make more money than me. And you can't stop that because we're in a certain society. They don't need to express their political leaning or any of that. But like I said, I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know which one.
That's also true. So there's no real reason to not know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like me, I don't care about what these women think or do. They have the
It was never about that. I already know you don't. I know you don't care about what the women are thinking and what they're doing. I never said that. I mean, I don't know if Man of Tomorrow even listened to any of the stuff that I said or anybody else, because I think somebody just told him that I said something about him and he just, you know, rushed in and said all this other stuff. Because was it a couple years ago I was a mod in his channel before, right? I forgot when it was. Back in 2020, I think. I always used to big up Man of Tomorrow. Because I thought that he was the only one who was consistent in the space. So I don't get this copy and paste insult against me that you use on everybody else. Because I don't, like, mainly I talk about the women and everything else in a different perspective that other people don't. And I show certain situations that people don't put out there. Like I said, the dude, what's that dude name? The OnlyFans model girl. And I said how that was going to turn out and what it was like. A few of my videos got taken down for me exposing shit. And that wasn't no women bullshit. It was just exposing the fact there's a lot of guys lie on here and a lot of other shit. And they took my video down. It wasn't me cursing. It wasn't me showing nothing, nudity, any of that. It just, they didn't want that out. So, I don't know where this diatribe coming from. But I want to know when he's...
Same freedom that I have. The great thing about freedom is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be protected at all times. Okay? And yes, I had to go through that cycle of thinking I was a military industrial complex conservative until the 2000 election, when they wanted to cheat to win. They didn't care about principle or none of that shit. All that stuff was nothing but window dressing. They never cared about any of that stuff at all. And the what next part, first, politics is never going to make any sense to you until you personally have your shit together.
So he's trying to conflate the fact that he kind of exposed the fact is that both political sides tell you that in order for you to make money in the real world, you have to align with one of them in order to make more money. Because I had never seen multiple people when I was welding, nobody never told me that I needed to vote for somebody else. Now that I'm going to probably try to go for pipe fitting, nobody's going to tell me that I need to vote for somebody in order for me to work into a certain factory or position or in a certain site. So pretty much this is a a copy and paste insult against me and saying that I don't understand politics until I have a certain amount of money, until somebody can control me enough for me to vote their way. That's what he's saying.
When you personally have your shit together and not worried about anybody else outside of yourself, politics make a lot of sense to you. Because your own productivity piece is going to put you in that better blue area, in a better blue state. But if you ain't got your shit together personally, or you're too overly worried and concerned about some ubiquitous person in society not making it, and you're overloading yourself with things that are not your responsibility. And that's all it is. Most of these things come around with the simple fact that they just don't know. They just don't know. And
so, and I don't know, is this weird? But he's not addressing the Zero situation either. When I said that Zero, I think it moved along. I don't know if it gets to that point, because I think somebody said at some point he just goes off saying something else. But there was at one point where a Zero and Citizen Lou went at it, right? And Zero called them out. And the stream that I talked about when it comes to Zero, it's a live stream that Zero made about politics. It was his 20 or 30 different live streams he had on about politics, and Zero's one live stream about politics that actually made more sense, right? And he put it in a different way. So
they don't know how to appropriately answer the question, because what they're trying to do overall is they're trying to get your local politics to cover for them in their local area, and that's not how that works.
I'm not trying to do that. Like I've never been a political person, and I know how all this shit works. This is why I think both sides are a joke, because all the shit that everybody did, Trump and Kamala Harris, like, y'all didn't call that shit out. I seen a few of the streams, and y'all was just so glee with thinking that Trump was losing, and oh yeah, man, Trump is losing. He's gonna lose. He's going to jail. While everybody's looking at all of these states end up turning into what, red? Because why would you bring entertainers when Biden pulled that same bullshit? I could respect a political person if they show us who actually represents in America. You can bring some good scholar up there, some black woman or man, attractive young black woman from a HBCU. You can read the fucking room. Instead, you bring in on these fucking entertainers, Gorozilla and Meg Thee Stallion. You think that made people want to fucking vote? The regular people that voted was people who was in the pockets of them. It's easy to see all this stuff, but like I said before, I'm not a political guy, but I know exactly how it works. And it's weird that you're not calling out one side. Not only that, there's so many videos out here right now of this Asian lady saying that Kamala Harris owes her money, and they didn't get paid, and how much she had $1 billion, and she had to pay all these celebrities over $1 billion, whatever that is. Like I said, I didn't care about the shit. I just mentioned one time, and it turned into this. I'm
in a different metro area. I know how my shit works. I know. And there's places in this actual state to where you don't want to live. And here's the great thing about it. We have cameras all over the state when it snows. information is 8th grade information from the 8th fucking grade.
Sorry, man. So, sorry. You was in Tennessee. You got a Tennessee education. I'm in Philadelphia. In the 8th grade, we wasn't taught about politics. I can tell you from a fact. We wasn't taught by no damn politics. Spanish class, yeah. This is the reason why I understand Spanish and more, most words than other words. And I can, I won't speak it. I almost did, but, I butchered some of it. But I can understand it. And understand some of it. So, if you're saying that 8th grade, no, we don't now have the same curriculars. I mean, you're supposed to be smarter than I am. And you're supposed to be at the higher level. You should know that every single district doesn't teach the same stuff. They don't. Every city has different types of criteria, and every things have different things. This is I don't know what to say, that saying this is 8th grade information, which is not. It's 8th grade information to you. 8th grade information that you learned is not 8th grade information that I learned. That's the difference. I don't understand saying this.
This is information from the 8th grade.
No, it's not.
Politics and government was taught in my shitty fucking high school.
In your shitty high school. Not in my high school. not where I was from. They didn't teach none of that. Oh, shit. Fuck. Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
In the Mississippi Delta in 8th fucking grade.
The Mississippi.
Black people know how to do a lot of great shit, but when it comes directly to politics, we don't know how to do a motherfucking thing. Why? Because we want the shit for free.
You got it wrong. I don't want anything for free. At all. I'd rather work. I worked a whole bunch of jobs. Under the table jobs. Jobs where I had to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. Let me straighten it out, because this is it kind of connects with this. I used to listen to Stephen Molyneux. Wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and have to get out the house by 6:30 to go work this job. And it was going good, because he was part of my daily routine. Then eventually, Stephen Molyneux started doing his racist fucking rants. Racist bullshit that he was talking. So let me listen to him and let me see his opinion. Same thing I'm doing with Man of Tomorrow. I'm listening to his political opinion. Yeah, man, him saying stuff and this. But it's starting to say in the same way. These guys are losers. These guys want stuff for free. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. I'm like, Stephen Molyneux case. It was the critical race theory and all this other crap and all this stuff about black people and all this. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, you know that I'm watching your fucking shit, right? I'm like, wait. I'm going to try to hear him out on his little racist time rant. And I gave him multiple chances, listened to him multiple times. And then eventually I said I can't take it anymore. And I stopped listening to him. And then at that time, YouTube stopped fucking with him too, because, they got they pretty much stopped supporting him. Like, get your racist ass out of here and you let the racist motherfuckers support you. It's the same shit. I bounce from places that sounds too... I try to listen to you at first. I try to listen to people at first when they say something different. I don't try to leave somebody. I try to get as much information as possible. But when you start to sound similar and it's insulting and I can't really learn anything, then I can't listen to you anymore. It's the same thing I did with what's that dude name? Game Changer. Seeing what he was about, I dropped off from him. Obsidian, when he went down and said that MGTOW was broke, stingy, and cheap, and I stopped listening to him. There were so many people that I stopped listening to. And Man of Tomorrow was the only... If anybody know me for the past couple of years, I always big up Man of Tomorrow. Always. Even when people was telling me behind the scenes that he was going crazy, politically crazy, and this stuff and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, it's connected to his money. And I'm absolutely right. He just said it right there when he said, unless I don't understand politics, and so I got my shit together. And they're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. No, nobody asked me when I signed those papers. I have a fucking debt I have a damn debt right now to the school that I went to. And they didn't ask me for my political affiliations. They didn't ask me that. So I don't get it, the whole point of, you need to get your shit, when you get your shit, the political stuff matter. No. They're not asking normal people about their political leaning. They asked you if you're a voter. They didn't ask to know about me, what side I voted for. Mind you, this is 2015, 2016. So I don't get it.
We don't want to get out here and organize because we want to make it look like it's all for us. And then we want our name on everything.
I wouldn't advocate for anybody to vote for one race because you'll leave out the other races or whatever. Even I know that, being the idiot that he think that I am. I understand that you have to organize for everybody, not one particular race, and you have to organize for everybody for it to benefits you the most. You just put a little bit of stuff in there that benefits other people, then it can benefit you. Even I know that.
You don't get your name on shit unless you organize for it. So,
I'm more of the in the background type guy. I don't really like even being in the public view. So, I don't know if he got me mixed up for somebody else.
People's lack of political awareness isn't my fucking problem. It just isn't. And it never will be my problem.
Well, most people know that. But then when you do live streams after live streams after live streams after live streams after live streams being political, and I didn't even say it's your problem. I said in a sort of different way of teaching political manners. Because remember, we're on YouTube for many different ways. You said it yourself because I look at your live streams when you said information is easier to get. If you go online, you can learn anything from an Audible book. You forget, I listened to you before. So this is how a lot of people learn. This is how I'm learning how to speak certain languages. And learning also understanding certain languages. Because I'm listening to different types of music now. So, well, not now. But I'm listening to more Latin music than I'm before. But it was never about understanding that. I don't know where this came from. It was about you making video after video after video after video after video. And this started back in 2021, I think so. Because there was people who told me that it was people who were saying that Man of Tomorrow was going liberal and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't really care about that stuff. And I even said that before about the money stuff. About your money is attached to one particular party. And I was pretty much right. You kind of put it out there.
Look, the map is pretty clear. And America has spoken. They want to go back to losing hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Well, the funny thing about this was everybody started losing jobs back then. I mean, the vaccination shit that it was going down. You think that people didn't lose jobs during that time? During the pandemic? I think during that time you was making fun of people because you was an essential worker and everybody else was losing their jobs and you called them useless or whatever. So they lost jobs back then. This fear mongering shit is kind of annoying. I mean, because if it doesn't pan through, you gonna call guys losers and weirdos and or whatever, losers, and I always admit if I'm wrong. All right, I'm always gonna say I'm wrong when I'm wrong, but when when Man of Tomorrow and his regular people were so confident about, hey man, you know, Kamala Harris had this in a bag and all this other stuff, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I didn't care about any of that. I'm like, it's political matters, huh? And then eventually she lost. And then I'm looking at everybody, including him, and then he was like, oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be immense. Your suffering's gonna be immense. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what? You act like people wasn't going through like immense suffering before? Like the people that got hit with the hurricane shit. You really think those people didn't lose no money and lose nothing? And then they looked to the America of FEMA and they found out that FEMA gave away half of their money to what, immigrants? What you said to those people? Oh, y'all just wasn't living in the right areas? And you was boasting about taking advantage of the fact that these people was in hurricanes and stuff. And you was working more often and everything. Also, your government contracts.
Irma, they want to go back to incompetent people being in positions of power that don't belong there. They want to go back to a presidency-ending scandal every single day. That's what they want to go back to. And I say let them have it. Let them have the political discussion. But the manosphere has been overrun. Now, I'm going to use generational here. It's going on the go. It's going around, so. All right. So we have a three-generational problem here. We have a boomer problem, we have a Generation X problem, and then we have the younger individuals who lie to my face about what the content's about. It's like, nah, dude, it's about getting yourself in amazing shape and then giving your shit away to the most willing woman in society and bragging like you doing some shit. Yeah, bro, not lying. Dude, it's too easy to get your shit together now.
But I don't get it. You said that Trump is going to do this and do that, but then say it's easy to get your shit together. You can't fearmonger and say that we're going to go into an economic downturn and then say, well, you can get your shit together. It has to be which are. I mean, it has to be one of the other. You can't say, hey, it's going to be downturn and everything's going down and everything else. Because your thing said we're going to be in a midst. American people talk because they got tired one side doing what they did. The Twitter shit. The LGBTQ community. Those people that went through that bullshit and then their kids and everything else, they voiced their opinions. The people who had to deal with gay people doing LGBT people going over them and DEI and all of the shit that happens and all of the people in, you said, competent positions, but people seated, these certain people were in these positions because they were gay and lesbians. People see that. People seen that. They voted that way. And even I said it in my video that it wasn't black men that actually did anything. That's why I took it away. And you ain't acknowledged that I said that. I said, hey, I don't know why y'all getting excited. It was Latinos and Asian people that did it, and white women that actually did it. They're going back to what their world. You know, they're gonna get more bolder. But I already was often ready for them to be racist. I mean, the people that I ran into wasn't white that was super racist. It was, you know, more Spanish people that was racist. When they found out that I can, you know, understand it, then some of them calmed it down.
Political piece is the last part of it, man. If people want to dodge the political piece, look, that's a whole bunch of time that I wasted too. A whole bunch of time I wasted on a lot of things. Again, man, you got to get away from these political trolls, bro.
I'm not in any political trolls. I don't listen to these guys. I don't listen to these guys. I mean, if anybody knows me showing my what I listen to, I like pro wrestling. I like anime. I like video games. I was never a political dude. I mean, all these things that I do, it makes a clear indication for me to learn the shit that I learned. When I was in trade school, I literally learned half that damn book. That's the reason why I'm as good as I am with that. But, and me not wanting to put that down, that trade down, even after the bullshit that happened. See, the difference is that I told people about my path of me going to trade school in welding and how the instructors all started leaving because the place that I went to was very disorganized, and I thought it was organized. Even the main dude left during 2016. During that time, 2016, 16-ish, he left. The main guy that was braggadocious and everything else left. And at the time when I was at the trade school, and a long time ago, like 6 years ago, they had engine repair, welding, and I forgot what it was. And the welding program had TIG, MIG, was it TIG, MIG? I forgot what it was. What else was? Shit. I forgot what it's called. TIG, MIG, TAC, and I forgot what the other one's called. And now they changed their whole thing to pipe fitting, right? And it seemed like a lot of people who was offering the welding all changed to pipe fitting now. All across. All these people who used to put down or have programs that offer welding, seemed like that industry either didn't have enough to fill, or they needed more job. They needed a newer job market to put in to fill in, and the pipe fitting thing, which is just like welding, but it's in different variations.
Keeping your ass in the middle. They keep.
I'm not in the middle. That's the whole point. I'm not in any of it. That's the whole point. I don't listen to any of these guys. So this is the part where he said that I'm listening to these political idiots or whatever. I don't listen to none of these guys at all. And one of the funny things about this is that there's people in SYSVM ain't even political at all, and he don't do this towards them. If they are political, he won't say like none of this aggressive political stuff to them. Like, there's nobody that I see in SYSVM is doing political stuff.
Keeping your ass powerless. They keeping you from participating in the political system. This whole system is based on your non-participation If you look at the hedge fund manager who's in charge of the treasury, you're the flat blackness here. You're the one sitting on your fat black ass trying to play victimhood and preying on, emotionally trying to prey on weak ass men. But a lot of people think that trolling women is more important than actual local politics.
So, I don't know. Like I said, he must have... It's kind of copy and paste insults to me, where it's like, you know, you're a loser, you don't know anything, and this and this and that. Kind of the same political streams that he had before. Even though I bigged him up all the time. I always said that he was, you know, the guy that people should listen to. And, you know, I took right now I did take a big L on, you know, people telling me that, you know, he was out his mind when it came down to some of this stuff, the political stuff. I think that this could be a lesson to people, right? Where if somebody has their shit together, sometimes they don't have... It's a couple things that you gotta know exactly what is the point that will kind of expose or show their biases in certain things, and then you want to see if you will set them biases that they push out there. Then yeah, okay. But now let me show you what I said in my political whatever I was talking about. Let me get that real quick, because it's going on too long. So just got out of hand to the point where I didn't know where it was gonna swing, you know, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna just, you know. Plus, I had certain personal records that I wanted to do. You know, personal goals that I wanted to do, and you know, referring to certain things, including my gaming, beat certain records that I did in 2020, which I did. So I wanted to focus on personal shit and do everything else. So people would ask me about videos, and they was like, "Yeah, man, you know, you see what you know, all these people are saying, and you know, all this stuff they doing, and you know, all this stuff that people saying and stuff." And one person that came along was like, your boy Amanda Tomorrow is sounding more and more crazy because he's endorsing Kamala Harris. And I was like, well, that's his job, because he's Amanda Tomorrow is more about money and taking advantage of the situation of money. He said it. I've been listening to Amanda Tomorrow for a very, very long time, right? And one of the things is he's going to take advantage of other people suffering, right? He said it during the whole, you know, he didn't say anything about the Biden administration about the hurricane shit, right? He didn't say anything about her having all these celebrity endorsements where the ratchet motherfuckers came out, and every single time every time they cater to black people, is always a twerk shit. There's never no scientists, black scientists, and there never no black philosophers. They never... See, and I said it in this video too. I didn't say anything disparaging or anything like that for him to warrant to say the kind of same spiel that he said to everybody else. When it's like, okay, you know, but it's really constructive criticism. Like I said, I haven't watched all the streams, but it was like when he made a video, and when somebody said he had a video with my name on it, I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, I'm a low level guy, man. I'm like, I try to avoid all this stuff of people saying my name and doing all that. I'm a low level guy. I mean, bad enough that I got into a beef with your boy. I got into a beef with DJ Kuda, and he doing a lot bad out here. So, you know, he couldn't get his laptop fixed and shit. And I was right with my videos, my sessions of him. But none of the stuff they come forward, they always pushing out celebrities, right? And Black Male Media First kind of alluded to this about 4 or 5 years ago, that says Manny Samaro wanted to make this a political stuff, right? And he became more of a political channel than anything else, right? Yep. And that's what I said. I mean, I don't get it. I said it clearly. It wasn't me mumbling words, because, you have to watch certain things you said and the pattern of how you talk on YouTube. But that's what I said. Like, Black Male Media First really did call this out about 4 years ago, when he was like, Manny Samaro trying to make SYSBM this type of stuff. And I'm like, nah, he wasn't trying to make it that way. But then at the same time, he became more political focused than anything else. And I'm like, if political stuff really matters, you go over there with the political guys, and you go against them conservative and people and do debates like that. And I know he won't be able to insult no conservative, the real life people who are in politics that know their shit and they got their shit together. You're not talking to them like this. Even the racist white boys, you're not talking to them like this. You're not doing this. You're not. And he's not. He can get away. This is how I see it now. He can get away with saying anything he can around these low level, as he called us, low level, worthless men. But he'll never do that to them mid-level, high-level men over there. One thing that I said before, never take advice from people who have no rivals. I have many rivals in the space of this bullshit. He has no rivals at all. So it's kind of like him just being to me, it's kind of like him being in a hospital full of blind people, talking about you can see if you just work hard enough. Or he going into a homeless shelter telling these motherfuckers that one day you can be rich. You just gotta work hard. Get off your ass and work hard. And everybody looking like, man, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. So, I know, like I said before, some people just get off on being in a place where they can just feel like they king. It's the same shit what BMT did. That was a couple years ago. BMT used to be in this space. I remember BMT would always talk about how he was doing things in real life and all this other stuff. And then he would just do off the wall shit. Like the shit that he did with him and Game Changer. And how he was with that girl. I forgot that light skinned girl who was on meth or something. And he had her on her thing. There was a lot of people that came into space in order to feel powerful and better about themselves. And this space became a beacon ground for people who say, I'm better than you. Like people who came in, oh, you guys are losers, man, blah, 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 blah. Hey, man, you guys are losers. It's like, okay, we understand if you want to criticize people, but everybody is going. Everybody's going. The top 3 motherfuckers, they all changed. Obsidian's not on here no more. O'Shea is doing girly gossip, and your boy Angry Man is grifting everywhere, all over the world. I mean, not all over the world, all over the space. Not this space, but he's grifting everywhere. The manosphere is pretty much gone, right? And Manny Samaro he said he's the president of the manosphere. So it means that you can pretty much restructure it into whatever you want and create a space create a certain place where nobody was accepted. I haven't been in on a Manny Samaro's live streams, in his chats, any of that. Because, like I said, that political stuff was never my thing. And if I was ever politically inclined, people wouldn't know my political side. I wouldn't say it in real life. I wouldn't say it at all. If people act like this, was kind of weird listening to all these political stuff, and it was like, you know, I thought he said he wasn't gonna be on here. Yeah, it's been like what, a month that I haven't been on here, so it was like me just like stepping away. So we gonna see the history. We gonna see right here. So his title is, "Now that Trump won, the suffering's about to be immense," right? And it seems like to me that every single people out here act like nobody was suffering, that they're showing what kind of side they're on because of the stuff that they're saying online. The same shit that you said that, you know, Man of Tomorrow said that the red pill was radical extremists. You got people taking their own lives because Trump won. You got Latino people on wrong people to lock up and so, you know, and you got streams with Super Sly, and Nick Taylor, and them saying shit about Kamala Harris and all this other stuff. But I mean, he's not talking about them being politically idiots or whatever. I mean, they got a whole 2-hour live stream that I listened to, and they were just going down a list of shit. They was pretty much doing the black woman streams that Super Sly said he would never do. But then he admitted it on his stream. Like I said, I don't like Super Sly, but he literally admitted it. The black woman was the problem. Remember, a few years ago, Super Sly was against passport bros, and you could find a good woman, and this and this and that. While Nick Taylor and this other dude is saying a whole different thing about black women on the streams. And they talking about Kamala Harris and the political stuff. Nick Taylor is talking shit about, you know, certain political stuff. And it's kind of like, it's weird that he's not saying anything to them. And then I noticed it's the bias that Man of Tomorrow had when it came down to certain people, right? Where he would, you know, basically talk down to certain people, but he wouldn't talk down to certain people that would be, you know, in the same side as him. Like, he didn't go after C Boogie after C Boogie did all that crazy shit because he was a veteran. Or he didn't call out BMT for the tomfoolery shit that he said and did on here. Or he didn't say anything about Reg the Bad Guy, even though Reg the Bad Guy is talking shit about Kamala Harris and has political streams and all this other stuff. And he's not saying anything about him. So it kind of is the bias is starting to kind of look kind of like crazy, where it's like, but at the same time, you know, I ain't saying you don't have to watch him or whatever. But me, he's not gonna miss me. To all the people who I endorsed, so everybody who told me that you know, he was going crazy, whatever you all was saying back then, you was right, and me, I was wrong. See, I'm not afraid to say I was wrong. Also, at the same time, it's like, it make you kind of disappointed, right? Where every time you see black people, it always ends like this. Where I haven't met nobody online that don't have this kind of arrogant bullshit, or this kind of biased shit that they do. I haven't met not once. But there's a lot of white, Asian, even some Latinos who they very consistent and they're very open or whatever, right? The only person I think, cause even Zero has his own biases, but Zero's not even this bad. And I think that's the reason that I think that Zero bounced out of this damn fucking bounced out of the space as well, cause he's seen this shit too. And I think that's the reason why he bounced out of it too. He seen this shit. He was in the middle of it on these live streams and stuff. Now I kind of see a lot of people just bounced out of this shit. It was like, yeah, this shit's getting kind of crazy. But I'm gonna go back to my old streams or whatever. He might, call me names or whatever, say something new about me. I don't know. But this probably my last time addressing it and everything. So anybody else trying to hit me up saying anything about it, I'm like just gonna be like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, he could say whatever, right? Because more people counted me out before. But other than that, man, I ain't even know this day was gonna come. Everybody know me. I was always bigging them up, always saying that instead of saying we can agree to disagree, he made a whole live stream, basically calling me a loser and all whatever. Like it's the translation. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, and this and this and that. I'm like, okay. I get it, but there we go. So that's just me not trying to insult him or whatever. It's just yeah. Also, I remember, and shout out to Phantom Clutch, right? I remember when Phantom Clutch said something on Man of Tomorrow's stream, and he screamed at him and yelled at him and told him that he don't know shit, and he was like, "You stupid motherfucker." He said something like that of that, and then Phantom Clutch never came to Man of Tomorrow streams ever again. And I think Phantom Clutch can actually probably confirm that too. When Man of Tomorrow screamed at him, it was probably like a year ago, something like that. This always happened with black folks, man. It don't matter what class they in and shit. They always have this kind of superiority complex or whatever, and they always seem to just. Humbleness can't really. Their humbleness really, it's the kryptonite of black folks, man. It really is, man, and it's a shame. But hey, this is online shit, so technically, it's nothing off the back right now because the space is pretty much gone, and I might make a video probably next year or so. New shit. But other than that, yeah.